is time. It is time to brew your best beer.
The 2016 SJPORR Challenge is dedicated to your friend and ours, Paul Wickstein. Brought to you by Brewcraft USA, iMake, Gladfield Malting, Yakima Valley Hops, The Grain Bill, Brewers Exchange, Cake Kingdom Homebrew Supply, Hiraki Homebrew, and a special thanks to our silver sponsors.
Alright guys, a new location. There's a power out here at Stas Brewing and no power. So we're in the dark, internet doesn't work. I've got about 30% left on my phone. Everyone else has gone to bed. So I thought, let's do a beer review. We've got the Lazy Porter. This is ID 67d-39x-84z. Ingredients are Maris Otter, oats, toffee malt, dark crystal, roasted barley, dark chocolate, Carafa Special 3, and hops are East Kent Goldings, Chinook, toasted coconut, vanilla bean, lactose, and cocoa nibs. Sounds very inviting. 38.2 IBUs and 4.5% ABV. OG 1049, FG 1015. This sounds very similar to the other beer that I tried, which was the Charlie Brown Ale, I think. No, actually no. That's in terms of the FG. The American Brown Ale was the one with the vanilla toasted coconut. Anyway, I'm waffling on. So, I had a quick look on the website, and sorry, I'll get that out of my face. The brewer said that he wanted to do a mild porter because for the southern hemisphere winter spring, because apparently the lawns are too wet to mow, so we don't need something refreshing. We need something to hunker down. And you can hear probably in the background, it's raining here and it's at night, obviously. So, enough waffling on, let's get a review happening. So, tiny hiss. Clarity is really good. Carbonation, oops, put that over there, the only light that we have. Carbonation is low. I've got no problem with that, it should be no. I prefer on the lower side. It seems a little undercarbonated for this, but it is a porter, so it's fine. Let's go for a smell. Definitely getting the vanilla with some of the roasted roasted malts coming through. Just a bit of chocolate, and the Carafa Special 2, which is in there, I think is contributing to the Carafa Special 3. Beg your pardon. Contributing to that sort of roasted flavors. It always has this like Cotty's chocolate cordial kind of smell, which I'm putting down to lactose mixed in with those more chocolate roasted malts. Not getting much hop aroma. Alright, let's go for a taste. Definitely getting, it's quite dry on the finish, but right at the front of the tongue, there's a I think it's the lactose mixing with the chocolate malts, kind of hanging around right on the tip of the tongue. It's almost maybe a slight alkalinity to it. But it does feel a little cold, so I might need to revisit once it warms up a little. Carbonation's pretty good, actually. It feels about right for the style. It's on the low side of carbonation. It's got it had a similar taste. Similar. It's a bit more pronounced in this beer to the Session Pale Ale that I did a few years back. It's a sort of a metallic, pardon me, it almost, maybe the yeast was a little bit stressed or got a little bit high in fermentation temperatures. Does it stop me enjoying the beer? Absolutely not. But it is there, and I don't think that would be an intended flavour. I'm really enjoying the mouthfeel from the lactose, and the Marisotto is giving. Well, the mouth feels good. Not as thick as I would perhaps imagine having the when I know a beer's got lactose in it. I'm expecting a really kind of a milky, velvety texture, which this doesn't have. It's not a bad texture. Yeah, I'm just starting to get some of the nutty stuff happening. So I'm going to give that. Sorry, it's probably off camera. Give that a moment to warm up, and I'll finish this. It looks like it's not bottle conditioned, so I can tip it in, or I'll just live dangerously and just whack the whole thing in. So yeah, cheers to the person who brewed this beer. I don't know if you can even see it. It's quite a dark label. But yeah, I will come back with my final thoughts. Alright, we're back. So, this beer, as it warms up, it's still really pleasant to drink. The head retention isn't strong, but you know, you give it a quick swirl and you get a nice little head back. It's not the tightest, fluffiest of heads, but you know, that's fine. I'm really liking the inviting aroma that this beer has. I'm not getting a hell of a lot of the coconut, but you know, those cocoa nibs and the vanilla and the lactose is working really well with the chocolate malts, the darker roasted malts. And the Marisotto, I think, is just providing just that slightly nutty, biscuity backing, which, you know, it's almost like a cookie dough kind of a aroma. Now that it's warmed up a little bit, I'm still not getting a whole lot of hops on the nose. It's East Kent Goldings and Chinook, and when you drink it, you do get a just a slight citrusy note coming through, just to stop the beer going into like sweet dessert land. So it's good, and it finishes clean. That metallic note that I mentioned before, now that it's warmed up, it's a lot less pronounced. Maybe it was just something that needed to get out of the beer, or maybe maybe I'm smelling and tasting things. I think it is still there, but now that the malts have kind of opened up and the hops are helping, more palatable now that it's warmed up. It's being masked by the other flavours, which there are a lot of flavours in this beer. Is it sessionable? 4.5%. It's only just in the sessionable character. I reckon three or four of these, I wouldn't even be contemplating going out and mowing the lawn, even if it was raining. But that's, it's within the limits, which is fine, and flavour's really nice. I could, especially if it's winter, it's cold, I could sit on these for quite a while. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say on the beer. Cheers again for the Lazy Porter. Really well done. This is Stas from Stas Brewing in a very, very dark, but now that I have this beer, quite enjoyable, somewhere in Melbourne. Signing out.